In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in trying to change others or seeking validation from external sources. However, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism teaches us that true peace and growth come from focusing on what we can control. By accepting what we cannot control, like other people's behaviors and opinions, we empower ourselves to respond with wisdom, calm, and resilience. In this video, we'll explore how embracing this Stoic perspective can help you navigate relationships and life's challenges with emotional stability and greater inner peace. 1. Let go of the need for external validation. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in seeking validation from others. We constantly look for likes, comments, and approval, thinking it will make us feel better or more worthy. But Stoicism teaches us something different. True validation doesn't come from the outside world, it comes from within. Imagine waking up every day knowing you are enough, just as you are, without needing anyone's approval. It's a powerful feeling, isn't it? The Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius, remind us that the only person whose opinion truly matters is our own. They understood that seeking validation from others is a never-ending cycle that drains us, because other people's opinions are always shifting. What's cool today might be forgotten tomorrow. When we rely on external validation, we give away our power. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to ground ourselves in our values, knowing that our worth is not dependent on anyone's praise or judgment. Living authentically according to your values is the key to this inner validation. Think about it, when you act in line with your true beliefs, you don't need others to tell you you're doing the right thing. Your actions speak for themselves. For example, let's say you're passionate about helping others, and you volunteer your time to support a cause that's important to you. You don't need someone to applaud you for it. The joy and fulfillment you get from contributing to something meaningful, that's the validation you truly need. This shift away from seeking approval doesn't mean you become indifferent to others' opinions, it means you stop letting them control how you feel about yourself. It's about setting boundaries with the world around you, and recognizing that you are the one in control of your self-worth. When you stop worrying about what others think, you free yourself to be the best version of you. You can confidently make decisions based on what feels right, not based on how you think others will perceive you. So, how do we begin to let go of this need for validation? Start by practicing self-reflection. Each day, ask yourself, am I living true to my values? Am I doing what feels right, even if it's not popular? Over time, you'll build a deeper connection with yourself. The more you embrace your authenticity, the less you'll need to seek approval from others. And in doing so, you'll discover the freedom and peace that comes with being truly yourself. 2. Embrace honesty. Honesty is often seen as simply telling the truth, but Stoicism invites us to go much deeper than that. It's not just about avoiding lies, it's about aligning every word and action with your true values and beliefs. Imagine waking up each day knowing that your actions match your words, that there's no mental strain from pretending to be someone you're not. It's like breathing fresh air after being in a room full of smoke. This kind of honesty brings clarity and peace, and it's at the heart of living a life of integrity. The Stoic philosophers, like Epictetus, knew the weight of dishonesty. They understood that lying requires constant effort to cover up, to remember what you said, to keep track of the story. It's exhausting. And eventually, it erodes your mental peace. Think about it, when you're honest with yourself and others, you don't have to worry about keeping up with a lie. Your words flow naturally because they reflect who you truly are, and that's incredibly freeing. This type of honesty isn't just about being truthful in conversation, it's about being truthful in how you live your life. Are you truly following your values, or are you doing things because it's what others expect of you? Take a moment to reflect. When your actions align with your values, there's a deep sense of peace that comes with it. For example, if you value kindness, it won't feel like an obligation to help someone in need. It will come naturally because your actions reflect the truth of who you are. Stoicism teaches us that this honesty reduces mental strain. When you stop hiding behind masks or pretending to be someone you're not, your mind becomes clearer. There's no need to second-guess yourself or feel anxious about the image you're projecting to the world. What you say is who you are, and that brings peace. It's like shedding a heavy coat you didn't even realize you were wearing. Living with honesty also promotes authentic growth. When you're honest with yourself, you're able to recognize areas where you need to improve. It's only through this kind of self-awareness that we can grow into the best versions of ourselves. So, embrace honesty, not just with others, but with yourself. It will bring you closer to your true self, and in turn, allow you to grow with integrity and peace. 3. Don't take things personally. Seneca's wisdom on not taking things personally is a powerful reminder that much of the hurt we feel isn't really about us at all. People's actions are often shaped by their own experiences, perceptions, and emotional baggage. Think about it, when someone lashes out or behaves in a way that seems hurtful, it's not necessarily a reflection of who you are, but of what they're going through. They may be carrying stress, fear, or insecurity, which can color how they interact with others. Understanding this shifts the focus from self-blame to empathy. Imagine you're in a meeting, and a colleague makes a snide remark or gives you an unsolicited critique. It stings, doesn't it? But, when you stop and ask yourself, what's really behind their words? What might they be feeling? You begin to see the situation from a broader perspective. Maybe they've had a difficult morning, or they're worried about their own performance. Recognizing that their actions are coming from their own internal world frees you from the burden of taking it personally. You no longer absorb the negativity or let it define you. This Stoic approach doesn't mean we become emotionally numb or indifferent. Instead, it encourages us to respond with understanding. When we stop taking things personally, we create space for empathy. We can feel compassion for the other person's struggles without internalizing their hurtful actions. This shift in mindset not only protects our peace of mind, but it also strengthens our relationships. People are drawn to those who respond with patience and understanding, rather than defensiveness. Taking a step back when we feel hurt or offended allows us to pause and reflect on the bigger picture. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can choose to respond with calmness and wisdom. This practice isn't always easy, especially when emotions run high, but with time and self-awareness, it becomes a powerful tool for maintaining our inner peace. It's a reminder that we can't control others, but we can control how we choose to react. By embracing Seneca's advice, we stop allowing others' actions to dictate our emotional state. We start living with more freedom, compassion, and understanding, and in turn, create a more resilient, empathetic version of ourselves. So, the next time someone's behavior rubs you the wrong way, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what's going on with them? It's a simple practice that can transform how you experience the world around you. 4. Cultivate patience. Patience is often misunderstood as simply waiting without frustration. But Stoicism teaches us that patience is far more than passive endurance, it's an active practice that engages us fully with the present moment. Think about those everyday moments when things don't go as planned, the endless traffic when you're already late, the long wait at the doctor's office, or the frustration of working with someone who just doesn't seem to get it. How often do we allow these moments to irritate us, letting the frustration boil over into something bigger than it needs to be? Instead of reacting impulsively in these situations, Stoicism invites us to embrace them as opportunities to practice patience. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote about patience as a way of facing life's obstacles with composure and resilience. He saw patience as a form of strength, something that transforms difficult situations into moments of inner growth. For example, the next time you're stuck in traffic, rather than letting the situation control your mood, you can choose to view it as an opportunity to calm your mind, listen to a podcast, or reflect on your day. That choice to remain composed is a powerful exercise in patience. Patience also teaches us to engage with life as it comes, rather than fighting against the flow. It's easy to get frustrated when things don't go according to plan. We live in a world where everything is expected to happen quickly. But Stoicism reminds us that life is not about immediate gratification. It's about learning how to respond to the slow, unpredictable, and sometimes frustrating pace of life with grace. When we cultivate patience, we stop seeing every delay as an obstacle and start seeing it as a chance to improve our ability to remain calm. This doesn't mean we let others take advantage of us or accept bad behavior, but it means responding with thoughtful calmness rather than frustration or anger. For instance, when faced with a rude comment from a colleague, instead of snapping back, we can choose to pause, consider their perspective, and respond with understanding. This not only diffuses tension but also shows others that we are in control of our emotions. Ultimately, patience is a gift we give ourselves. It allows us to preserve our peace of mind and create a sense of resilience in the face of adversity. When we practice patience, we become more present in each moment, responding with intention and not impulsivity. The more we practice this virtue, the stronger we become in navigating life's challenges with a calm and composed mind. So, the next time you're tested by life's frustrations, remember that patience is not just about waiting, it's about actively choosing how to engage with the moment. 5. Be a living example of your values. Living according to your values is more than just speaking about them, it's about embodying them through every action you take. Stoicism teaches us that words without action are hollow. Anyone can talk about being kind, patient, or resilient, but the real challenge lies in living those virtues consistently, especially when it's difficult. Imagine you're facing a tough day at work, deadlines are tight, your coworkers are stressed, and the pressure is on. This is the moment where your values are truly tested. Are you going to buckle under pressure or stay calm, focused, and compassionate as you navigate through the chaos? Being a living example of your values means staying true to your principles even when no one is watching, and even when it's uncomfortable. It's easy to be patient when everything is going smoothly, but what about when you're stuck in a frustrating situation or dealing with a challenging person? Stoicism encourages us to be consistent in our behavior and make choices that align with our core values, even in those moments. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. Despite being an emperor, he continually reminded himself to act with wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. He wasn't just a philosopher who talked about virtue, he lived it every day, even in the most difficult of circumstances. This doesn't mean you'll be perfect, but it's about striving to be the best version of yourself consistently. Think about someone in your life you admire for their character. Chances are, they've built that reputation by living their values day in and day out, regardless of the situation. When you make integrity and authenticity your foundation, you create a sense of trust with others. People will respect you not because of what you say, but because of what they see you do, even when no one is watching. Being a living example of your values also means taking responsibility for your actions. If you fall short, own it. Recognize where you could have done better and strive to improve. For instance, if you lose your patience with a loved one, take a step back and reflect on how you could have responded differently. This self-awareness is key to continuous growth. By embodying your principles, you not only improve yourself, but you also inspire those around you to live more authentically and thoughtfully. At the end of the day, your actions speak louder than your words ever could. By consistently living according to your values, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate circle. People are naturally drawn to individuals who live with integrity, and your consistent behavior becomes a silent but powerful testimony to the Stoic virtues. So, make it your mission to be the embodiment of your principles, let your life be the proof of your values. 6. Tune out negative opinions. In a world constantly bombarding us with opinions, judgments, and criticisms, it's easy to get swept up in the noise. Stoicism teaches us the vital importance of tuning out negative opinions and protecting our inner peace. Think about how many times someone's harsh words or criticism has stuck with you longer than it should have, causing unnecessary stress or self-doubt. Stoic philosophy invites us to ask, what's actually in my control? The reality is, we can't control the opinions of others, but we can absolutely control how we respond to them. The first step in tuning out negativity is to recognize that other people's judgments are often reflections of their own perceptions, experiences, and insecurities. Seneca, a key Stoic philosopher, reminds us that people act based on their own views and struggles, and their words say more about them than they do about us. When someone criticizes you or dismisses your efforts, consider the source and their intentions. Are they offering constructive feedback, or are they projecting their own frustrations? This awareness helps you separate their negativity from your sense of self, freeing you from the weight of unsolicited opinions. Another core aspect of Stoicism is understanding that external events, like someone's opinion, are outside of our control. What we can control is how we choose to respond. When faced with criticism, instead of reacting impulsively or defensively, take a breath, ground yourself, and focus on what aligns with your own values and goals. Remember, you have the power to decide what impacts your peace of mind. By letting go of the need for validation or approval, you can preserve your inner tranquility. Take a moment to reflect on a time when someone's negativity tried to get under your skin. Did you let it affect your day or your mood? Stoicism teaches us to create an inner citadel, a fortress of peace that remains unaffected by external storms. This doesn't mean ignoring feedback or becoming indifferent to others. It simply means focusing on what matters most: your own growth, your own path, and your own sense of self-worth. By tuning out negativity and focusing on what's within our control, we can preserve our peace and stay aligned with our true values. The next time you're faced with criticism, remind yourself that the only opinion that truly matters is your own. This isn't about shutting others out, it's about guarding your peace and letting your inner strength guide you through life's challenges. With practice, you'll find that the noise of negativity fades away, and your peace becomes your most resilient asset. 7. Practice love and compassion. Stoicism, often associated with discipline and resilience, also teaches us the profound power of love and compassion. While it may seem paradoxical at first, the Stoics understood that true strength comes not from indifference but from actively cultivating love for others, even in the face of difficulty. This isn't just about feeling affection or care, it's about embodying these qualities through our actions, even when it's challenging. Imagine you're dealing with someone who's difficult to connect with. Maybe they're short-tempered, distant, or just going through a hard time. Stoicism invites you to rise above the frustration and see the situation from a place of empathy. Recognize that everyone is fighting their own battles. Their behavior often reflects their internal struggles, not a personal attack on you. By practicing compassion, you offer a deeper understanding, knowing that sometimes people lash out because they're hurting. This approach doesn't excuse bad behavior, but it allows us to respond with kindness instead of anger, transforming conflict into an opportunity for growth. Practicing love also means forgiveness. It's easy to hold on to grudges, to stay angry when someone has wronged you. But Stoicism teaches us that this only weighs us down. Forgiveness isn't about letting others off the hook, it's about freeing yourself from the negative emotions that hold you back. When you forgive, you're not just releasing the other person, you're releasing yourself from the burden of resentment. It's an act of self-care as much as it is an act of kindness to others. The Stoic practice of love and compassion goes beyond just forgiving, it's about actively wishing others well. Even when we don't agree with someone, or they've made mistakes, we can choose to wish them peace and success. Think about a time when you chose to be supportive of someone, even when it wasn't easy. Maybe you offered a listening ear when a friend needed it or helped someone without expecting anything in return. This kind of love, which flows from empathy and understanding, builds stronger, more authentic relationships and helps create a community of mutual respect and care. Being present is a key component of this practice. To show love and compassion, we must truly be there for others, not distracted, not thinking about ourselves, but fully engaged in the moment. It's about offering your time and attention, the most valuable things you can give. Whether it's a kind word, a simple act of service, or just being there when someone needs you, Stoicism teaches us that love is a choice we make every day. And in making that choice, we build a life filled with deeper connections, greater peace, and the quiet strength of knowing we've made the world a little better for those around us. 8. Focus on your own path. In today's world, it's so easy to fall into the trap of comparison. Whether it's scrolling through social media, hearing about someone's latest success, or simply being surrounded by others who seem to have it all together, it's hard not to measure yourself against them. But Stoicism teaches us a powerful lesson: focus on your own path. Your journey is unique, and the only comparison that matters is with who you were yesterday, not with someone else today. Think about it. Everyone's path is shaped by their own circumstances, choices, and experiences. Someone else's success doesn't diminish your potential. In fact, it doesn't even have to be relevant to your life. The more you focus on your own journey, the more you embrace your individuality and recognize that your progress is the only thing you can truly control. If you're constantly looking at where others are and what they've accomplished, you lose sight of where you are and how far you've come. Consider how powerful it is to celebrate your own small victories. Maybe you finally completed a project you've been putting off, or you made a conscious effort to be kinder to yourself. These are accomplishments too. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. This mindset not only nurtures your self-worth but also reminds you that growth isn't a competition, it's a personal journey. Stoicism encourages us to be present, to stay focused on the moment we're in, and to make decisions that align with our values. Every decision you make contributes to the path you're building for yourself. If you spend your energy trying to replicate someone else's journey, you risk missing the lessons and experiences that are uniquely meant for you. The key to true fulfillment lies in honoring your own timeline and trusting the process. Remember, your life is a story that only you can write. The road may be long, and the pace may not always be fast, but each chapter holds its own value. By choosing to focus on your path, you embrace your uniqueness, celebrate your achievements, and create a future that reflects your true self. The more you live in alignment with your own values and progress, the less room there will be for comparison, and the more you'll appreciate the journey you're on. 9. Practice self-reflection. Self-reflection is a powerful tool for personal growth and building deeper connections with others. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos of everyday life, reacting to situations without fully understanding why we feel or behave the way we do. But Stoicism teaches us that taking time to reflect on our thoughts, actions, and reactions helps us develop self-awareness. By regularly examining ourselves, we can better understand our emotions and behaviors, which leads to better decision-making and improved relationships. Imagine you've had a disagreement with a friend or colleague. Instead of immediately brushing it off or letting it fester, you take a step back and reflect on what happened. Why did you react the way you did? What triggered your emotions? Was there a way you could have handled the situation differently? Through this process of self-examination, you begin to understand your own motivations and emotional responses. This clarity allows you to approach similar situations in the future with more patience and understanding. Self-reflection also helps us identify areas for improvement. We all have habits or patterns in our behavior that we might not be fully aware of, whether it's being defensive in conversations, avoiding difficult conversations, or not expressing gratitude enough. By reflecting regularly, we can spot these tendencies and work to change them. This isn't about self-criticism but rather about growth. It's an opportunity to ask ourselves, how can I be better today than I was yesterday? The beauty of self-reflection is that it doesn't require any special tools or settings, it can be done in moments of quiet throughout the day. Whether it's journaling, meditating, or simply taking a few minutes before bed to reflect on your day, the goal is to gain a deeper understanding of yourself. This practice doesn't just help in personal growth but also in relationships, as it helps you become more empathetic and aware of how your actions affect others. Ultimately, practicing self-reflection helps you align your actions with your values. When you understand yourself better, you make decisions that are more in tune with who you truly are. By being mindful of your behavior, you not only grow as an individual but also become more thoughtful, compassionate, and present in your interactions with others. 10. Accept what you cannot control. In a world where we are constantly faced with external pressures, it's easy to feel frustrated when things don't go our way, especially when dealing with other people. Stoicism teaches us a valuable lesson: focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. The truth is, you cannot change other people's behavior or their opinions, no matter how much you may want to. But what you can control is how you respond to them. Think about a time when you've been in a heated discussion, and no matter how hard you try, the other person just isn't budging. It's easy to get upset or try to force your point of view. But what if, instead of reacting emotionally, you paused and recognized that the only thing you could control was your response? By letting go of the need to change their mind and instead focusing on your own emotional reaction, you could respond more calmly, with empathy and understanding. This perspective is powerful because it reduces the stress of trying to control things outside your power. In conversations with others, whether it's with a colleague, friend, or family member, it's important to remind ourselves that we cannot dictate how they behave or what they think. However, we always have the ability to choose our actions. Are we going to respond with anger, frustration, or patience? Will we engage in a way that reflects our values, or will we react impulsively? When we accept what we cannot control, we free ourselves from unnecessary emotional turmoil. It becomes easier to maintain our inner peace, no matter the situation. For example, when someone cuts you off in traffic or makes a rude comment, instead of spiraling into frustration, you can choose to breathe, step back, and not let their actions disturb your peace. The act of choosing how to respond, rather than reacting automatically, is a powerful tool in building emotional resilience. This Stoic mindset doesn't mean we become passive or indifferent to what others do. Instead, it allows us to approach interactions with clarity, focus, and calm. By embracing what is within our control and letting go of what isn't, we create space for healthier, more peaceful relationships with others and, most importantly, with ourselves. By learning to focus on what you can control and accepting what you cannot, you'll unlock a new level of emotional freedom. This shift in mindset can transform how you interact with the world and, more importantly, how you feel about yourself. Remember, you are the one who holds the key to your peace. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more insights on living a Stoic-inspired life. Embrace this powerful Stoic principle, and start today by practicing acceptance in your interactions. Your path to inner peace begins with understanding what's within your control. If you're ready to take the next step in mastering Stoic principles for a more peaceful, fulfilled life, click the subscribe button and join our community. Share your thoughts or experiences with us in the comments below. How have you found peace by letting go of things outside of your control? Let's keep this conversation going.